Hello again from my front porch, and happy Thanksgiving weekend. Well, it's the end of happy Thanksgiving. Well, not really the end. It's still Saturday, so I guess technically there's still tomorrow. It's happy Thanksgiving weekend. If you made it this far, you survived eating all the food on Thursday and the Black Friday massacre on Friday. I don't do the Black Friday shopping stuff. I did it one time. One time I went out and bought something, a video game thing for Alex, many years ago when we were still living up in Ames. I mean, long time ago. And that's the only time I ever have gone out and done it. I think other members of my family have done them before, but I avoid them. I don't really care for the Black Friday thing. There is literally nothing I can think of that I need that won't still be available the next day or the day after that. And maybe I won't get as awesome a deal, but I bet I'll still be able to get a decent deal, because the whole point of Black Friday, of course, is that it's the time frame where the name comes from. Many retailers say that throughout the rest of the year up to that point, they're not making profit. That's the point in the year where we start buying stuff. We start building up for Christmas, and we start, all this kind of, well, especially Christmas, big draw, but so they do these sales trying to boost you to come in and stuff. And so Black Friday has taken on this just personality of its own, that it's this big, awesome thing. And it's just the time where the places get back in the black. That's what it is. That's what Black Friday is all about. And so, I wish them well. Good. I certainly want to see retailers do well, because the reality is that when retailers do well, that means they make money. And when they make money, that means they pay their employees. And the more money they make, the more employees they can have, and the more those employees can ultimately make. And I know there's those cynical ones that, no, it's always the big people at the top. They'll suck up all the money. And the people that are doing the work, they never make any money. Yeah, I'm familiar with that. I've heard that. And you know what? There are some companies that have people at the top that don't care about people working for them. Well, those companies don't tend to last very long either, because word gets out about what a horrible company they are to work for and with. But I happen to know that there are a whole lot of companies, including the one that I currently work for, that really take seriously how they treat their employees. Now, that doesn't still mean you don't have a disgruntled person every now and again that says, they didn't treat me very well. Let me tell you what they did to me. And generally, when you start talking to those people, you find out there's a whole story there, and the issue wasn't really the company, it was actually them. Because, as you start talking to them, you find out that it wasn't just this last company they worked for that was a problem. It's all the companies they work for. What? They're all, well, what's the common denominator? You. But anyway, so I still am, maybe I'm naive, maybe I'm Pollyanna about it, but I still think that most companies, that when they make more money, they invest that money back into their business, to improving their business, to expanding their business. And expanding their business means expanding the workforce. And when the market forces demand that the employees need to be making more so you stay competitive, well, the employees make more money. That's just the way that it works. And there's other dynamics come in. It's not just a clear black and white, cause effect kind of thing. But you get the idea. But the Black Friday thing, it's good for the retailers. It's good for whether you're talking about the big chains and local mom and pops. If it really is the time where they finally can say for the year they are making profit now, that all of that they've sold up to that point through the year is for their expenses and the thing, and that now this last month and a half of the year is where they get to pack on the gravy, the padding, the profit for their fiscal year. Then cool, go for it. And those of you who want to go out and brave that whole environment, well, aside from needing your sanity check, good for you. But again, it's the weekend's not over. It's Saturday today. There's still sunny tomorrow. And what I've noticed is a lot of these Black Friday sales that happen, a lot of them, there is the big stuff that happens on Friday. Some of it's like, early morning hours Thursday, or late, Thursday night, going into the very early hours of Friday. But, that whole thing about people camping out and stuff, get the best deal, and whatever. But there probably are some really amazing deals that happen on that day, but there's still deals that happen the whole weekend because, again, retailers have figured out that let's get serious about it. Let's throw out some raw meat for those that are gonna give me the deal. But then let's also make some deals available for those who may want to take a slightly calmer, more reserved, less violent and aggressive approach. And so there's still plenty of opportunities to go out there and do that. But again, the Black Friday thing, I hear people talking about, and here's the interesting thing. And I'm sure you've all seen and heard similar things, but here's the interesting thing is the stark contrast of those 2 days being butted up against each other. Thanksgiving, where we say, thank you for all that I have, for all that I've been able to enjoy this year. Thank you for the people in my life. Thank you for the opportunities that I have had. Thank you for the things around me that I enjoy. Thank you for the roof over my head. Thank you, all those things. We say, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then the very next day, we're like, get out of my way, I want that TV for $50. It's just like, yep, that's America. Sad but true. But this mindset that Black Friday has almost started to eclipse Thanksgiving. Because, people now, you say, well, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? Well, we're planning for having a meal. Well, what are you going to do the meal? Well, we're going to do the meal and maybe play some games. But, then we got to get ready because we're going out to Black Friday shop. We're going to go camp out. We're going to do that. And people start talking about what they're, it used to be we're trying to plan Thanksgiving and people are talking about Christmas. No, Christmas, Thanksgiving. And now we're talking about what we're doing for Thanksgiving. And immediately we're talking about Black Friday. What you doing for Black Friday? It's like becoming a holiday in and of its own. And it's really, if that happens, if we get to a point where Black Friday is regarded as a holiday in people's minds, then that will be the ultimate, most commercialized holiday ever. Every other holiday has already been commercialized, but Black Friday literally is for the retailers to make money, to get back in the black, to be making profit. That's literally what it's about. And if that becomes a separate, set aside holiday in everyone's mind, it is the most commercialized holiday ever. Well, anyway, so I have nothing against Black Friday, and if you take part in it, more power to you. Not for me, not my scene, not something I'm interested in. But I do like the fact that the retailers can make the money, because I'm of the belief that when businesses make money, we are all better off. And I don't care whether it's a large nationwide chain, big box, whatever, or if it's the local mom and pop solo little shop thing. From this vantage point, I don't care, because both of them are employing people. And both of them are generating money. And both of them then have people who take that money and spend it in the local economy. See, a big box store, yeah, there's a lot of that money, a lot of profit that gets pushed on up the line. But all those people who are working at that local big box store, they're taking their paycheck, and where are they spending their money? right here, right in your local community. And so you know, I'm a big fan of those businesses being able to keep making money, so they can keep all those people employed, and all those people keep getting money, and then they're able to pay their bills and hopefully have a little bit more, a little disposable income beyond that, so they can go out to eat, they can buy things, you know, the expendable cash, you know, that they're able to spend to do a little bit extra, because when they're doing that stuff, then now they're paying for services and products produced and sold by others in the community, and that keeps them in business, and that gives them their paychecks, and that, you know, keeps the whole economic thing churning. That's how this happens. And so again, Black Friday, if it feeds that, cool, I'm all for it. I'm just not going to participate in it myself. Now, having said that, I did buy one thing on Black Friday, but it wasn't because it was a Black Friday thing. It's because there was a promo for record stores nationwide, participating record stores, that had a special item available that was spotlighted as a special thing on Record Store Day, which just happened to also be Black Friday. And so I was able to acquire one of those. Now, I still didn't have to face Black Friday myself, because unfortunately I was in Carroll, and the nearest record store that I could find was here in Des Moines. And so I had my good friend Tara, my bestie, I sent her out to go get it, poor thing. And so I look forward to chatting with her about that experience, because it was, we talked a little bit on the phone about it, and it was quite something. And so you'll want to hear it too. So I'm going to wait and tell you what it was that I had her get, and the whole story, because I want her to share that story with you. But anyway. All right, well, the sun is slowly setting, and it's getting a little darker now. But fortunately, I don't see any of the storm here. That sounds like they're getting a little more to the west of here. I mean, literal storm stuff. I saw some tornado warning. You know, what a way to wrap up Thanksgiving weekend with you know, tornadoes hitting your area. So I hope they keep it over there. I don't want that to come this way. I hope nobody gets hurt over there either, but I just prefer not come this way. But anyway, all right, I'm going to let you go, and I'll see you all next time from my front porch.